With your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. Now, when it comes to having the common flu or cold, we know this comes with a range of symptoms such as fever, chills, body aches, runny nose, which in some cases may seem similar to the coronavirus. Now, it's very important that we understand the difference and how we should treat them. We chat to infectious disease specialist Dr. Emil Reed on knowing the difference between the coronavirus and the common flu. Dr. Reed, thank you so much for making time this morning. What exactly is the common flu or cold, and how do we catch it?
Well, Tabisu, both of them are respiratory illnesses caused by different viruses, and obviously they have different symptoms. The flu is way more worse than just having a common cold. It actually have more intense symptoms and also more complications.
And how does the common flu differ to the coronavirus?
The flu can be quite serious and associated with complications like fever, chills, body aches, muscle aches, fatigue, nausea, vomiting. And the one complication we see extremely often when it comes to the flu is pneumonia or infection of the lungs. And the flu is caused by an influenza virus, either influenza A or influenza B. Usually seasonal and occurs during the winter months, highly contagious, and usually presents abruptly. You go to sleep, and the morning after you wake up feeling horrible, having fevers and all these things I described earlier. If we look at the coronavirus, and we need to remember that it's a brand new or novel virus that we only met in the beginning of January, and we actually knew nothing of this virus before that. Quite similar to the flu, in addition to people experiencing a lack of taste, a lack of smell, some tinnitus, and symptoms usually don't develop as abruptly as with the flu. So we sometimes find that people with coronavirus infection, the symptoms only start after 2 to 14 days after they have been infected. The fatality rate of coronavirus is absolutely scary. It's around about 1 to 4%, and which means it's about 40 to 50% more lethal than the normal flu. So there's no reason for people to, for instance, say, well, coronavirus is the same as the flu, because it's not.
They are so completely different, both dangerous to some extent, but of course the coronavirus far more lethal. Now, will having a strong immune system help defend us from the flu or even coronavirus?
Well, a strong immune system is really very, very important. The only problem is that because coronavirus is a novel virus, we are still exploring to see what effects the coronavirus have on our immune response, and also what is the body's reaction to the coronavirus after entering the body. The one thing we do see, and something the viewers and you might have heard of, is a complication of the coronavirus infection, which is probably the most serious complication. And that is where people develop a severe form of pneumonia or a severe inflammation of the lung tissue to such a degree that they actually require ventilation. We call it a cytokine storm. And what the cytokine storm means, it means that the body is actually overreacting against the coronavirus infection, thereby producing this massive immune response, which means that overreaction of the immune response can actually damage the lungs as well. So, I mean, we're still learning a lot about this new disease, how to manage it. But the one thing that I can definitely agree with, it's not to be taken up lightly at all.
Well, we certainly know that scientists all over the world are working around the clock, working very, very hard to try and find the answers and the cure to this. But Let's talk about treatment. How do we treat the common flu compared to the coronavirus? It must be different ways of treating it, Doctor.
Exactly. I mean, because the flu have been around forever, a lot of research have been conducted, and usually under normal circumstances, the flu is usually treated symptomatically. Whereas with the coronavirus, because it's a novel virus, I think the massive problem is we have no idea at this moment in time how to treat it. There are a lot of trials with regards to antiviral treatment, and also, as I said earlier, drugs to suppress the cytokine storm to assist these patients as well. A vaccine is currently in development, which is problematic because vaccines take sometimes years in order for us to develop a good and sufficient vaccine. So we are hoping and praying that by next year, this time, we will have a vaccine against the coronavirus.
Oh, it'll take some waiting, but of course, it is all the work and the research that needs to go into it. And of course, we take our hats off to the scientists and the World Health Organization for championing this cause and really just driving it on a daily basis. Dr. Emile Reed, infectious disease specialist, thank you so much for making time this morning. We really appreciate the work you're doing in that space.
Always a pleasure, Tabisu. See you soon.
It all comes down to the immune system. Now, with the immune system playing such a vital role, it's very important that we take the right steps in maintaining a healthy and strong immune system and give it the care that it needs. Now, IMMUENZA, that helps you to support your immune system, whilst Corenza Para C assists in fighting off that winter flu, your winter cold and flu companions.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with IMMUENZA.